Good kitty. Hooray! The ads have been defeated. Alright, so before we get started, there's actually a couple things that I wanted to talk about. First of all, I did a little thing, as you can kind of see here. I basically repeatedly killed the Reaper until I got everyone's ultimate weapon and armor for them, and as well as got the omnipotent orb. I actually gave serious thought to grinding out 3 more of the orbs to make the entire party essentially invincible, but I was already getting tired of grinding the Reaper by that point, and since the orb was not a guaranteed drop after the first one, and it would instead alternate between the orb and the robe, with the orb having a lower drop chance, I decided I wasn't really going to bother with it. The only one who really honestly needed it was Teddy anyway, to cover his weakness, so we're pretty good to go. The other thing is that by doing this, we actually discovered experience is given in an interesting way. Rather than just giving you the experience and splitting it via the number of party members, it actually calculates experience individually for every party member. Essentially what this means is that if you gain, let's say you kill an enemy, the game checks the character's level based off the enemy's level. Let's say you gain 40 experience. The game then checks for how many party members there are, and in this case there's 4, so that 40 gets divided by 4, which gives the character 10 experience. And this seems a little odd and overcomplicated, but what this means is that because experience is generated on a character basis instead of the party basis, high-level characters do not drag down the lower-level characters. When I was killing the Reapers, Soji was getting about 950 experience, but every other character was getting about 2,800 experience because of the individual character calculations. So if you grind up 1 or 2 characters, you can bring in any other character with you and they will still gain the full experience. It's actually a really cool way that it was done. And it makes me not too worried about the levels of my party because they're going to be leveling up perfectly fine in Izanami's spot. Yep, you can power level low-level characters with high-level characters, especially if they can one-shot the enemy parties before the enemy party gets a chance to attack. So, we have an Izanami to punch in the face, I do believe. Welcome to Ashihara Nakatsu. Nakasu? I still can't pronounce Japanese to save my life. Welcome to the proper final dungeon of the game. This is, of course, a dungeon you only get on the true end, and it's something else. Nakatsu. Ashihara Nakatsu. I don't think that's actually the dungeon name, I think that's the landing name. We'll find out here in a second. Yeah, we are in... Well, I'll tell you as soon as Resabi stops covering up the HUD. Though, this music is, something else, isn't it? So we are in Yomotsu Hirosaka. I know that means something, but I'm not really sure what it means. Though you might notice, this looks a little familiar. Also, I have 41 chest keys. Since not everyone is equipped with good accessories, I will be looking... opening chests and stuff. Also, wow, this music is unfitting!
Uh-oh, that one's immune to darkness. Senpai, that was so cool! Now Tokun's pissed off. Try to calm her down. Physical attacks won't work on that runt?
Interesting.
3 enemies left. You can win this!
Persona!
Yeah, Teddy's... For those who aren't aware of what the omnipotent orb does,
Pissed off. Try to calm her down.
it blocks every element but Almighty, so Teddy is basically unhittable at this point.
I'll get it next time.
I'll give as good as I got, damn it.
3 enemies left. You can win this.
Yeah, I know the name of the dungeon is significant somehow, but I don't know how.
My level has risen.
Also, any experience you see us getting in the main thing is only Soji's experience. It actually does not show you what experience your party members get, which is a little curious. But yeah, if you don't recognize it, this was actually the area we were in when Soji had the dream at the very, very start of the game.
Persona!
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work. Three of them. Don't give up now, okay?
Also, I can pretty much just go all out considering,
Nice moves, Teddy.
I don't have to save money anymore. Name of the area that leads to the underworld. That's rather fitting for Izanami, isn't it? Dang it. Also, I believe I said it before, we said it before, but you can actually exit to Deidara's. So us getting materials is so that you can get like better armor or equipment for people before hitting the final boss. Which we won't be doing because I don't need to.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work. Enemy down. Me, it's my turn.
Sure, why not, Teddy?
Alrighty. Enemy down. That's the spirit, Teddy. Nice moves, Teddy.
Come on down!
I am indeed, yes.
Lay down and die
2
already!
enemies left. Don't lower your guard now.
I'm actually going to sell everything in my inventory
We won.
before the boss, but a couple of things I want to keep on hand just in case I might need them. But yeah, I am basically going to be selling everything that I don't need, including all of the equipment, all of the restoration items, but for a handful before we kill Izanami.
Uh-oh. That one's immune to darkness.
It's me to darkness, let's try light. This weakness scan actually is pretty useful, though I wish it was, actually showed you everything. So these things reflect all of the instant deaths. Good to know.
I'll get it next time. 2 enemies left. Don't lower your guard now.
Let's see. We're on the right. That's also incredibly useful.
Enemy defeated. Keep up the good work, Kanji.
You know what? Because we're so over-leveled and over-geared, let's do something fun.
Gotcha.
I'll do my best.
Leave it to moi!
Let's see how the AI works in this game.
All right, we won. We did it.
I've actually never done this. I always immediately turn them to direct command, so I have actually never seen how they fight on their own. But considering we're not really in any sort of danger, I don't really see why not giving it a spin. I'm not going to be doing this for the final boss, just so you know. But I figure it could be an interesting experiment. I'm just trying to keep track of where I'm going.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work. All yours. I couldn't defeat it. We left. Enemy defeated. Keep up the good work, Kanji.
I'm pretty good, aren't I?
The main reason I don't really want to put them under act freely for boss fights, besides the fact that that's just inherently a bad idea in every single game that has an AI, is that they will actually not use buffs under direct commands that I can see, or under act freely that I can see.
Persona.
Also, Naoto will completely consume her, her SP, though in these cases it's fair, because these things absorb physical.
It's so stubborn! Out of my sight, punks!
I like the fact that the implication that direct commands means that they're just waiting for you to give them an order before they move, while Act Freely tells them just do what they think is right. So this music is kind of creepy. In sort of an oddly serene way, if that makes even the slightest bit of sense. 40 chess keys! 40 of them!
Uh-oh, that one's immune to darkness.
There's Sona! I'll get it next time! Come on now!
I'm not
Get two enemies.
really
Routine.
sure why it didn't give a different battle theme for this. Because this is incredibly jarring, yes. Who is that dude at the top? Crap, too late. Oh well. I will actually admit, I think that's one of the major faults in this game is I think this game has fantastic music, but it doesn't ever change the battle theme outside of a couple of very good battles, or very important battles.
All yours.
And like dungeons like this or in Magasu Inaba would have been perfect places to introduce a new battle theme.
I couldn't defeat it.
I mean, experience still helps,
Enemy defeated. Keep up the good work, Kanji.
and anything we get in a drop we can just sell.
Enemy defeated. Don't stop now, though.
It is so weird just watching them act on their own, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the drops and everything are mostly for people who didn't want to farm the Reaper, and quite frankly, I don't blame anyone who doesn't want to farm the Reaper. It was incredibly lucrative, but not exactly the most fun. Yeah! I think I said it before, but the AI in this game is actually not that bad. I still wouldn't trust it for boss fights, but it's pretty competent. You probably could play the entire game with just the AI and turn it off for boss fights as long as you were willing to manage their SP or have them on conserve SP. But I honestly personally find it a little less fun. It's fun now because it's essentially something I've never done before, but I wouldn't find them being stuck in AI for the entire game all that enjoyable.
Darkness won't work.
I didn't say you should! I said you probably could. They're certainly more competent than Persona 3's AI, that's for sure.
Enemy defeated. Keep up the good work, Kanji.
Oh,
Enemy defeated.
I think she is going to meet us at the underworld.
Quite tenacious.
I'm the MVP!
Oh, Ted. No. No, Teddy. I would like to get them at least up to maybe about 82 before we go punch Izanami in her stupid face. But we'll see how it goes. Considering how we're equipped, I'm really not all that concerned about levels, if you want me to be totally honest. Less levels just means the fight's gonna go a bit slower. Right, considering Teddy is going to know 90% of what she does, and Naoto and Soji know the more dangerous versions, it's not really all that concerning.
Electricity. I couldn't defeat it.
This actually will tell me something as well. The AI recognize what
Get it next time. Your prayers.
Risei say. Apparently not.
Not bad, Kanji.
That's kind of unfortunate. I do know they recognize whatever weaknesses you have already scanned. Or not scanned, but the ones you've
You can win this.
actually noted, but apparently they can't listen to Risei.
You're on a roll, Senpai.
All right, keep going.
So I really love Kanji's crit animation. I think I forgot to say that. I didn't even see it flash that time. So who are you? Oh, it's the dude I fused that I have a better one of. Nah. Honestly, the only Arcana chance I really care about right now is, Moon, to get these guys a little up faster. I don't really care much for any others that come up. Well, the stat boosting ones would always be, excuse me, appreciated, but... swing and a miss.
Let's go.
I did too!
We got one weak.
This is my chance. How about it?
Alright, let's see if Kanji will pick up on the electric weakness now.
Enemy down.
Sona!
That's the spirit, Teddy. Nice moves, Teddy.
Oh, he's not gonna get a chance. We're getting a lot of crits. Oh, I know why. It actually is... That's actually exactly the problem. It is pretty difficult to judge the distance between yourself and the enemy a lot of the time. I'm sort of okay at it, but... That's part of why I miss a lot. Someone with better depth perception probably would do a better job than I am, but eh. That's another reason I don't play on harder difficulties, because enemy advantage could be a party wipe.
No, that's not good. Darkness won't work. Let's go.
Odin here is going to be my weakness, weakness gathering buddy.
Elimination complete.
I really love the Reaper gun Naoto has, I'm not gonna lie. I can't ever get a good look at it, but it's kind of cool looking. I do wish there was a way to examine your weapons in closer detail in the game. I'm not really shocked they didn't think to put that in, but it would have been really nice, because some of these weapons have some really interesting designs. Well, is that what is that? Is that fog? That is fog. Surround a suspended platform above fog? That's very red and black. Interesting. It kind of looks like sky, doesn't it? Is that just me? Especially in the battle background, it...
It's quite
I don't know why she didn't pull out Mahamon there.
I'll get it next time.
Why is it sky if we're descending to the underworld? Sure, why not? Dang it. Took a gamble didn't pay off. Oh well, hopefully we can replace it quickly. Also, this is a very windy dungeon. Is that just me? Have the others been like this and I just never noticed?
All yours! Uh-oh, that one's immune to darkness.
I don't understand the AI sometimes. Those things are weak to Hamon. Why are you not using the Hamon? Naoto.
Physical attacks won't work on
I wonder if they...
2 enemies left. Don't lower your guard now.
I wonder if she's detecting they'll reflect something and she doesn't want to do that.
Soda!
Like I said, I'm honestly not all that worried. That's not the Arcana chance I wanted, game. I don't think the AI actually takes their own resistances into account. Which is a little bit unfortunate. Because one of the best ways to deal with enemy parties is if you null the damage you do is just throw something that'll reflect and let it null back on you.
Electricity.
It's quite tenacious.
Also, it still amuses me that Naoto is the fastest person in this party. Too early! Oh, thank God. The one time a one more chance has actually been useful to me. Got it that time. Sure, let's give it another shot. And we got reversed again! Methinks Izanami is playing unfair. Get your fingers out of our Arcana chance, woman. That's cheating. That's the way forward. That'd be kind of funny if they could stack. Depressing, but funny.
On the field.
Someone
Watch your
finish
side.
this one off! I'm grateful.
Fire don't kill trees this time, sadly.
He's defeated.
You're too weak to fight me. All right, powered up.
Honestly, this EXP is more what I'm worried about. It will be sad if I can't pass quite as much money to the next playthrough, considering that's usually what makes the early game more tolerable, is if you have money from a previous playthrough, but I'll live. And technically I could theoretically get infinite monies from the grinding trick, because money doesn't seem to cap. Or if it does cap, it caps at a much higher rate. That's not enough! I need more than that! Oh, there's no walls here. This doesn't look like there are walls here. Also, Izanami is kind of skeeving me out. Yeah, we did kind of have a weird dream when we first came to Inaba. Exactly! I can't be rich in real life, so I'm going to get all the monies in any game I play. Soji's not really sure he wants her as a mind wife.
There are 5 enemies. Go for first strike.
Amazing, Senpai.
That first strike enough for your reset?
Just the result I expected. My level has risen.
At some point, if I can actually stand it, I should try to grind the stats for Kahulin and Okuninushi so that they can actually keep up with Odin. But for now, they're just gonna kind of chill in my mind soul here.
All yours.
So that one's weak to darkness.
Someone finish this one off.
Also, we dice.
Down.
So, that's kind of bad news for them, considering Teddy's essentially immortal. Also, that was 1,000 damage we broke on those things. It's because everybody's just so massively equipped. I don't know if I've actually stated it, but the Godly Robe adds +10 to every stat. Also, is it just me or do these kind of look like gates? Sort of, maybe like the Torii Gate? Though not quite properly shaped. I don't know, it kind of skews me out. Okay, we don't want to go that way just yet. Sure, it's right here. Let's go ahead and do it. What you got for us, Uzanami? A Minotaur. Okay.
Ooh, that's not good. Darkness.
Quite tenacious.
I was wondering if that was it.
Come on down!
So you resist physical, do you, buddy? Meh. I can just Kahula into Victor cry myself back up, so I'm not overly concerned.
No, Tokun. Oh, this isn't good.
Oh, Naza really took a hit on that one.
Thank you.
Come on down!
She already was at half health, so...
It ain't going
Last
down!
one. Go for it.
I couldn't defeat it.
And we're good.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Yeah, remember when I said we were not even remotely... There was not anything in this dungeon that could even remotely threaten us. This is what happens when you grind the Reaper equipment. You literally paste everything in your way. Okay, this looks like the way to progress, so let's go back and explore over here. It almost looked like a pool of water at first, the way it's set up, but that's more fog. This place is beautiful in a kind of creepy sort of way, especially with this weirdly eerie music.
Five enemies. You caught him off guard.
Amazing, Senpai.
4 enemies defeated.
Elimination complete.
You've got a good point. It is like fog as water here. Surrounded by a sea of fog. Considering what the fog is, that's interesting.
All yours.
Be careful. There's an enemy immune to fire.
Someone finish this one off.
Seriously, that calling out a weakness or immunity like that is really nice.
Enemies down.
Keep going.
Fast on, Teddy. Enemy defeated. Keep up the good work, Kanji.
So we're actually getting money again. That's something nice, isn't it? Also, I'm just gonna say outright, if the Reaper spawns in any of these chests, I'm just skipping him. Oh! No, if we actually get a chest spawn here, I'll fight him once so you can see just how, how we can utterly humiliate him with this current setup. But I don't actually think he will. He only seems to have that high spawn rate in Magatsu Mandala and Magatsu Inaba. He doesn't seem to spawn anywhere near as much, even in Yomotsu Hirosaka. Which is kind of interesting to me, considering we're descending to the underworld, but...
All yours!
Watch it. That one's immune to fire.
So these are the things that are immune to fire.
Quite tenacious!
3 enemies down.
Gotcha.
Also, I actually forgot to note it, but Rise got something very, very helpful while I was leveling against the Reaper. She learned, I believe it was Cool Breeze, which means she's restoring 8% of SP and HP after every fight. While that is irrelevant for Soji, it is definitely not irrelevant for everyone else. So you might have noticed that our SP isn't really going down, except for Soji's and Naoto's, and that's why. It is, I believe, the last skill she learns at level 77. But holy crap, is it good.
That one's immune to fire.
Udin!
You hit the enemy's
Tensei!
You're on a roll, senpai.
It's quite tenacious!
Oh yeah, Naoto's gun, it has a high chance of inflicting any status effect in the game. Just, you know, FYI. I don't think anyone else's weapons had... Maybe they did. Yeah, Soji's crit rate is up. Kanji has extra elect damage. Naoto's has a high chance of any ailment infliction, which is really great. And Teddy actually takes less spell damage. Not that it matters for Teddy, considering he's immune to everything but Almighty at the moment, but... Almighty is also going to be dampened by that. I mostly gave that to Teddy to make the Reaper easier, but considering he is the only one in the party that still has a weakness, he is really the one who needs it the most. Kanji's just gonna have to deal with getting hit with instant death stuff. Fog is actually... It feels like the fog is thicker here than anywhere else, but I don't know if that's just because it's brighter than any other dungeon.
Be careful. There's an enemy immune to fire.
It could really be either.
No problem.
Let's go ahead and hit that immunity.
Let's go!
Just that I have it on record.
Someone finish this one off!
God, I love all-out attacks so much. Especially now when we're cracking 1,000 damage on it. It's just kind of great. I'm actually a little surprised you can go above 999 damage, because that is actually where your SP and your HP cap. Like, once you hit level 99, your HP and your SP are both set to 999. Not bad. Would have preferred Kuhulin or Okuni Yunushi, but take what you can get. Dead end, like I thought. I need to go back down to this branch. Yeah, this looks way more windy and dead-endy than the other dungeons, and I don't know if that's just me. Yes? Holy crap, really? Oh, this might hurt.
Enemies weak to darkness.
This is gonna hurt.
Let's go!
Is it, I wonder, is it not, what is the damage cap? Does anybody know?
Someone finish this one off!
Good move, now Persona. You're on a roll.
Come on,
Huh. In-
Time for a counterattack.
Interesting. Nice.
Own it!
Three enemies dead.
When the AI uses Amrita, it only hits the people who need it, rather than going through the entire party. That's kind of curious. That is insane, though, that you can do more than that you can do 10,000 damage in Persona 4. What do we got? Meh, I don't need the SP refill, so ain't gonna risk having it. Halving? Having? Halving, I think. Some shadows and some treasure up here, so this is probably not the way you need to go. That's honestly pretty amazing. If I can't believe a game like this has a damage cap above 10,000 in one shot.
Here goes! Come on! Two left! Alright!
I might actually not even need to use Victory Cry if Rise keeps recharging us.
Heal 4 new enemies.
Kitty! Kitties! Pretty kitties, in fact.
Persona! I couldn't defeat it!
Come on now!
Interesting.
Serves him right!
Ooh, the AI does damage calculations, cause since Kanji still had Mazuyanaga, it used that instead of Maziadine, because he could kill with that, and it wouldn't waste as much SP. That's really cool. Good frickin' lord! My god. The kitties you killed actually meowed like kitties and looked like baby ones. That is why you were a terrible person. You didn't hear me putting up any fight against the giant cats, did you? Okay, what have I actually gotten? Eh. Oh, Natto got stuck on the wall. Yeah, that's actually that was happening while I was farming the Reaper, is my party kept getting stuck on walls? Hey, you could have run from the battle! You didn't have to kill the meowing baby kittens! That's all on you! But I don't need to, because they're not meowing baby kittens. They don't make actual kitten noises. They don't make any noises at all, in fact. They're also not actually real cats, unlike the kittens you viciously murdered. Oh, here we go. This is actually the explanation of what's going on. Despair, emptiness, and hope. Those are the 3 qualities of which I selected those coming from the outside. You showed the most grounding of the 3. I would expect nothing less. In which case, I will personally and directly test your power. Yeah, actually. Obviously we are hope, but I don't remember which between Namatame and Adachi were hopelessness and despair, or emptiness and despair. I believe Namatame was emptiness and Adachi was despair, but I don't recall.
Let's go!
Be careful. There's an enemy immune to fire.
Thought so.
Here goes! Come on! Two left! All right!
Clean bottle? What's a clean? Somebody look that up. What's a clean? Also, as you can see, with us being able to go all out against everything, these battles are going a lot quicker. It's also faster with the computer set to do their own actions, because they do the actions instantaneously. Klein? Klein bottle? I still don't know what that is.
Persona!
Speak to darkness.
I couldn't defeat it! I thank you.
You okay, Senpai? Hang in there.
Alright, you gonna play like that?
Two more to go!
You gonna play like that?
You're up. Time for a counterattack.
Alright!
Teddy, your defense has been lowered.
Let's play like that. Get out!
Great job.
Another
My
level!
foot
Gotta
balls.
keep at it.
Also, God, poor Kanji's magic is so pitiful. It's a good thing he's got all these boosts, because God knows it wouldn't really be all that good otherwise. I just love the card knights falling out of nowhere on top of the enemies' heads. I actually don't know if we discussed it before, but Die For Me has a base accuracy of 60%, which is the same as Hamon and Mudon, but it's all hit. And Mudo Boost takes it up to a 90%, so it will never miss anything that is weak to darkness, and it will
Someone
have
finish this one off!
only a very small chance of missing anything that has darkness resistance. I did, okay. It's been a little
Roll,
bit.
Senpai. Two defeated.
These are my true abilities!
I'm trying to figure out how you have a 2D loop bottle in my pocket right now. Like, how does that even work? Did Soji just start getting a headache and just shoved it in his bag to make it go away?
All yours!
That one's immune to darkness.
Other one's not.
You're on a roll, Senpai. Two defeated.
All right, keep going!
Ice should work well. You can win this, guys.
Interesting. Like to every element but blocks light, dark, and repels physical.
Yes, we won! Congrats, guys!
Soji's just like, I don't know how to mentally parse this, and just shoved it in his bag.
My level has risen!
Naruto's over there rubbing her head. Kanji's trying not to throw up on the ground because it made him so dizzy. actually don't have Diarahan on me. Oh well. Let's see here. Let's try this way first. This looks like it's gonna dead end. Yeah, I thought so.
Let's go!
This is kind of fun playing with him on auto for once.
Someone finish this one off!
Get it next time! Ugh. Come on down!
3 enemies defeated. Let's go, Kanji.
I still love seeing that block on Teddy.
2 enemies left. Don't lower your guard now.
Also, part of the reason I'm intentionally hitting these with Alice is to try to get Naoto to actually use her instant death skills. So I think she's rather conservative with them. Which, I suppose that is a good thing. It does make sense considering they're so high cost, but still. Not too far off on guessing which path's dead end so far. You know, that's a really good question. A drunk priest? This looks like a crucifix. I'll just bless this with holy water.
Be careful.
Quite
Tenacious.
tenacious.
Good on this one.
Seriously, Naoto, you can wipe the whole party in one shot. Why are you not doing it? I do too. Alice is just kind of great overall. I don't really like her status pose though. But I'm not really a fan of complete side profiles and much of anything, really. I think it would have been better if she was facing, I think it's called like 3/4 to the front. She can still have her arms behind her and everything, but just the complete side profile is very meh.
Oh, be careful. Light's no good on this one.
It's quite tenacious.
Now, Toku, your defense is down.
It's not gonna matter in a sec, Rise, don't worry.
You're on a roll, Senpai. 2
Keep
defeated.
going! These are my true abilities!
Also, I don't know how I feel about putting a demon cloth in my bag. I'm just imagining, like, Soji picks up this cloth confusedly and it bites at him, and he just sort of wide-eyed stares at it and nudges it with his foot until it's in his bag. Every so often you hear growls coming from his bag until he dumps it on Daidara's counter. It's like, here, you deal with this. It's your problem now. Also, whose?
Be careful. Light's no good on this one.
It's quite tenacious.
Alice!
Teddy's is pretty awesome, I will agree. It's actually kind of hard to pick a favorite Reaper weapon from what we've got. I think I'm actually really fond of, Naoto's the most at the moment, though Soji's is pretty cool. You know what? Sure, let's live a little. I will immediately regret this one eye. I certainly will not immediately regret this. Sweet! No regrets whatsoever! Also, my thought was, I've registered everybody in the compendium before we started. And if Kuhulin leveled up that fast, another level's not gonna be hard to get, so even if it was Devil, it wouldn't be too big a deal. But no regrets! No regrets whatsoever! I wouldn't call myself unperturbed. This is kind of eerie. That would be Namatame. That would be Adachi. I think this is another clue that Adachi, while not being the greatest dude, was still corrupted by Amino Sagiri.
Be careful.
I am never...
Enemy immune to light.
This is never gonna get old using die for me.
3 enemies defeated. You're
Good
so
one,
close, Senpai.
Never, ever, ever gonna get old. Being able to completely wipe enemy parties is just something that... If that ever becomes not fun to you, I don't know what to tell you. The way I theorize it is that the actual murder part was Amino Sagiri corrupting Adachi, but the thoughts behind it and the motivations behind it were entirely Adachi himself.
Oh, be careful. Light's no good on this one. No, Tokun. Oh, this isn't good. You okay, Senpai? Hang in there.
That thing has a boss move. Don't really feel good about that.
Woo, you're up. Time for a counterattack.
Persona!
3 enemies defeated. You're so
Alright,
You
keep
need to
going!
leave.
enemy defeated. You're off to a good start.
I think a Dio Rahan would have been better at that point, Teddy.
Lay down and die!
Someone finish this one off!
Not necessarily with Die For Me.
That was so cool.
Like, don't get me wrong, Die For Me is amazing, but I think just wiping enemy parties in one shot in general is, to me, what the 10 plus chain in Puzzle League is to you. So I really should have swapped back to Kuhulin. But oh well, I can do that next fight. So I don't know why I did this. The Moon Arcana still has not worn off.
All right, Senpai. It's level up time.
The Rise also seems to act like your persona and that she gets the full experience from every fight. Which is... it makes sense. Rise is always there, so she's not put in the division calculation.
Oh, be careful. Light's no good on this one.
Alice!
I love her little spin.
3 enemies defeated. You're
All right,
so
keep
cool,
going.
Senpai.
Yep, like I said, it makes sense.
Persona!
Enemy
Good
down.
attack,
Nice
Senpai.
work, Senpai.
Yeah, dodge that this time.
Okay, understood.
This is going to be massively excessive, but you know what? That's the best kind of attack. So much delicious experience. And that's what Soji's getting, not his other party members. So I'm anticipating they're going to level up real quick here soon. Yeah, exactly!
Persona!
Be careful. There's an enemy immune
you don't want to be violently murdered, why are you picking a fight with me anyway?
Yo, mind if I kick a little ass here? I'll send you to hell! Dead meat!
I actually don't think I've seen Naoto's follow-up attack yet.
It's my turn! Bring it on!
That's unfortunate, but considering it's random when it triggers and it's random who triggers it, it's not too surprising, but I would like to see it before we stop.
More power for me!
I've climbed the stairway to maturity.
Hopefully it will trigger before we get up to Izanami. I kind of meant to swing, but sure. Okay, good. Mashing saved me. I didn't even see what we got. It was barbaric something, right?
Be careful. There's an icy enemy.
Someone finish this one off!
There's Sona.
You know, the heart collars on the birds are kind of weird, but the birds are kind of pretty.
2 enemies down.
Keep it up,
Not
Teddy.
bad at all, Teddy. It got back up. Defeat it fast.
The birds really do not like kanji, though.
Still 3 of them! Just say the word, and it's go time! How about it? I live for this part!
Kanji really loves all-out attacks. Still don't need it.
My level has risen!
Okay. If everyone can get one more level, I will be satisfied. And there goes the Moon Arcana effect. It would be nice to have them higher, but 82 is a level I can work with. Though if Soji gets one more level, I can fuse Spoiler-chan. Alright. That seemed a bit unnecessary, Izanami, but sure. Okay, we need to go the other way. Is it one more level or 2? 2. This is a good point. This is a really good point. I don't think Soji's gonna get the 2 levels in here before we get to Izanami, though, which is unfortunate, but...
Whoa there. That one's immune to ice.
This is also a good point.
Enemy down.
Keep going!
Hear it, Teddy. Enemy down.
Do it again,
Hear it,
Teddy!
But I actually don't really mind puzzle dungeons. Teleport mazes and invisible walls I do mind, though.
Enemy defeated.
Just have at it!
Why do I feel like you're crying on the other side of your screen, Pi? Or to quote something a bit more famous, Atlas, we get off on your tears. I should check the bracers and see what I got. Let's see. Alright, bracers. Doubles the chance of dodging attacks. That's not bad. And what was the other thing I just got? Toy pin. Eh. Not bad items, but I've got better.
All yours!
Oh god. I just had the dumbest thought.
Don't stop now.
shock. An ad for like a sadomasochistic group that says, if you play Atlas games, you're probably already a member.
All yours.
That's not good. Darkness won't work.
Someone finish this one off.
I'll get it next time.
I'm never gonna get old at seeing that block.
Kanji defeated 2 enemies.
Spirit.
Damn, couldn't finish it.
Though I'm just reminded of Nocturne. I spent 8 hours straight just fusing. How did I spend 8 hours straight fusing? The thought still makes me cry a little. Actually, yeah, that's probably exactly it. I was talking with you the whole time and we were just chattering away while I was doing it and I didn't even notice. I kind of wish, as weird as this is gonna sound, I do kind of wish this game had something slightly similar to Nocturne. Considering you could actually keep the same demon the entire time in Nocturne if you're willing to put in the work. Fortunately, they don't have anything like a sacrifice fusion in this game. It was— oh, come on! That could be worse. That's not great, but Hellel already starts with insane magic, so losing 1 point in it is not the end of the world. It's bad, but it could have been a lot worse. Also, I'm getting a lot of reverse arcana. I wonder if Yamatsu Hirasaka has a higher chance for the arcana reversing. Absolutely not!
Persona.
That one's immune to ice.
Quite tenacious.
Lewis can deal with having 78 magic instead of 79 magic. I'm not restarting for that.
4 enemies down.
It's my turn. Bring it on!
Oh no! Lucifer lost a whole point of magic! It's time to reboot the entire world! LF got by without magic, you big baby. You can deal with 1 point loss. Someone is so weird LF didn't have any magic at all though, but I'm too used to Persona. Yeah, remember what I said before? The Persona game series is basically just all of humanity being played with like a volleyball between a bunch of divine people. Oh, I'm sure it was, tradition. I'm not saying it was bad or anything. I just found it really bizarre because I was so used to protagonists having magic and being able to have the strongest magic in the game that LF having absolutely none just really confused me. It is a neat idea, but it was just so, coming into SMT2 from Persona just was a really big culture shock.
There's 1 enemy. Hang in there.
That was a nice thing to start with. Naoto.
It ain't going down!
Spoilers made you be a messiah. I know why you're putting it that way, but I'm just imagining an actual dude named Spoilers now.
Enemy down. Go to town.
This thing is probably immune to all magic, but I wanted to check.
Here goes.
Not that it matters because it's dead now. Oh god, that would be the most... That would be like prime troll. And now I'm just trying to imagine how frustrating it must have been for new people to try to understand anything about Disgaea 1. It's like, okay, here, so you fight mid-boss. Just tell me the dude's name. No, the dude's name is actually mid-boss. Though to be fair, at least in that case, it was because Lahara was a dick, he just renamed him.
Fire!
It's quite tenacious.
Nice.
Also, god, Teddy is so terrifyingly dangerous with magic, it's kind of great.
Come on down! It ain't going down!
The other alternative is to make your, main villain's name so utterly ridiculous that everyone thinks it must be a euphemism. Like name him Fluffy McTowel Pants or something. See, there's a lot of mini-bosses here, because Izanami don't play nice. You sure about that, lady? Because I kind of have, like, multiple gods in my head at this point. It's the worst enemy of all! A table! Actually, to be fair, a table is the worst enemy of mine.
Oh, that one's immune to darkness.
I've gotten more cuts and bruises from table than literally anything else in the world. I have more injuries from tables than I do my cat.
Damn, couldn't finish it!
Hey, not bad, Ted. No.
Tables and door frames. Thinking on it.
I couldn't defeat it.
Come on down! Damn, couldn't finish it!
Whoa, Kanji, that was great.
I love Kanji's sneered pathetic when he dodges.
One
Not gonna
halfway
lie.
go. Keep it up.
I couldn't defeat it.
What the heck? How did you manage that? Teddy, heal now.
Kanji, don't strain
Oh,
yourself.
screw it.
Last
That's the one
Go
bad
for
thing,
it.
is that they actually aren't all that inclined to heal if you don't set them to heal support, which is a little weird. This is why I have a backup, though.
It's quite tenacious.
I can't defeat it!
Come on down! It ain't going down!
All right, we won. We did it.
This just reminded me of the time that I set my, like, headphone set down, and I had laid it just, like, perfectly flat. There was not any kind of twisting or anything, and when I picked it back up a couple days later, the cord was completely wound around like Poltergeist had gotten after it. Good lord. I think the two of us need to be wrapped in bubble wrap. We're so accident prone, apparently. It just reminds me of the time I somehow got a bloody gash all down my leg, and I didn't notice until I reached down to scratch and felt wetness. It didn't hurt, and I have no idea what I hit to cut myself like that, but it was there! There was also the time I briefly gave my dad a heart attack because he thought the devil was descending or something.
Whoa there. That one's immune to ice.
I couldn't defeat it.
Enemy down.
Not
Spirit
bad at
Teddy.
all!
Enemy down.
Keep going.
Spirit Teddy. Enemy defeated. Go for broke, Teddy.
Basically what happened with that one was that, when I was younger, I went to a church play about, I forget what it was about. It was some kind of church play about Jesus being crucified on the cross. And I was feeling kind of sick and itchy, so I kept scratching at my face. And I needed something, so I turned to ask my dad something. He turned to look at me, and his face went sheet white. I could see even in the darkness, his face was like white, and he grabbed me and very carefully ushered me out and into the bathroom. And it turns out my face was covered in blood. Somehow. Neither of us really knew how that happened, but it scared the living out of my poor father.
Go for broke, Teddy. Move now, Tokun. You're on a roll.
Our best guess was that I had like something on my face that I scratched open by mistake.
You're up. Time for a count.
But he was like, I legitimately thought he was going to have a heart attack from the way he was looking at me. He looked so horrified. He still laughs. He laughed about it today, but oh god, my poor dad. I felt so bad. Yeah! Dad was okay once he figured out what was going on, but it was a thing.
Another level! Gotta keep
Speaking of bloody things, I just got a bloody thorn. Yeah, see how Cool Breeze is basically supporting us so that we don't have to... Because I think Soji just grabs everything that looks remotely viable and just shoves it at him. There's a stairs. Yeah, let's go ahead and finish exploring. We've explored every other dungeon completely, why not this one? Also, I don't really want to get hit by a thing like I did in Void Quest where I need a key, and it's on the one floor I didn't thoroughly explore. Though I don't actually know if Yamotsu Hirosaka does that. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. I mean, to be fair, he does make cloth stuff. He makes robes.
Uh-oh. That one's immune to darkness.
So I wonder why Odin is weak to fire.
Soda!
Is that something in the myth I don't really know about?
Enemy down. It's...
I just try not to think about it too hard. I got a dude? Question mark? I got a dude who's on fire. And who appears to be expelling fire from his stomach. Loki's a... well, honestly, Loki's a god of ice, isn't he? But I don't actually know how accurate persona elements are. They usually have some basis in the mythology, but... But I mean, like, even in the internal logic, that wouldn't work because Loki's not a god of ice in this game. He's a god of fire in this game. He's ice. And Odin blocks ice, I think.
That one's immune to electricity.
It's quite tenacious.
Persona!
Nice moves,
Keep
Teddy.
it up, Teddy!
Defeated.
Huh. Why is he ice elemental in this game then?
It's not working.
Ice won't work.
Interesting.
Just 2 left. Come on, this fight's not over.
Thought so!
As expected, Senpai!
Enemy down. Nice move, Senpai.
Just gotcha!
I mean, honestly, I think it's better that Loki's the god of ice. I think he looks more awesome that way, but... Wait, wasn't like one of his parents an ice giant? Oh, dang it. Because I'm almost certain that I remember Norse mythology labeled him as being half of an ice giant tribe. Or something to that effect. Why is our male hooker friend an ice god in this game?
Oh, yours!
Oh my god, they're itty bitty tanks!
Whoa, we got one weak to...
It's my turn. You gotta let me do this.
Can I take one home? It looks cute.
Dead meat.
2 enemies down. Take them out, Kanji.
Persona!
I thank you.
Maybe that's why he's ice in this game then. They decided to go for something a little more unique.
Crush him, Rockton Mao.
Hit to its weakness. Go, Kanji. Hit to its
Couldn't finish
weakness. Go, Kanji. It's so puny. Use electricity on it.
Persona.
3 enemies defeated. So cool, Senpai.
Persona!
You didn't need to use a Bukudai there, Ted. You could have just smacked it.
I'm pretty good, aren't I?
A bullseye shot, okay.
My skills have been honed.
This looks like it's just gonna be a loop. Yep. I don't really see any point to going back up that way, because there's no treasure chest or anything. But just for completionist sake, let's go ahead and do that. Make sure that I'm not actually missing anything vital. I shouldn't be, but, you know. So I will say, there are very few things I like from, what was it, Devil Survivor? I think that was the name. There are a few things I like from that, but Gigolo Loki is definitely one of them.
Oh, Naoto, awesome.
It's quite tenacious.
Nice moves, Teddy. 2 defeated.
Come on down. Underestimate me, and this is what you get.
Kanji is hitting reliably for over 500 on a weakness. That kind of frightens me, if you want me to be honest. We might have created something horrible here. Okay, the last one was up over this way. True, I think you're right. I think I do mean that. So, I just noticed something. Oh, there it goes. I was gonna say, we're not actually getting Teddy's squeaky noises on this floor. If we hit the carpet, quote unquote, we start getting it, but it occasionally just cuts out for no reason. Like, the noises don't bug me at all. But I find it curious. Yeah, it's just a shadow in here. Time for the long trek backwards. Okay, this floor at least you have to give me is more windy than any other dungeon's floor has been. Look at this thing! Was the path to the underworld always so maze-like? I mean, I could believe it, but still, this is a little ridiculous. It's just a long slope all the way down into the world of the dead. That's, curious. Yeah, I don't know about that, Izanami. I don't think I agree. Also, I don't think I would call anything that has peace. I don't think I would describe any kind of peace with the word writhing. That just doesn't sound correct. So how close am I getting to the top? I feel like I gotta be getting close. Thought so. We're almost there.
It's quite tenacious.
I find it kind of interesting that the dungeons in this game are mechanically very short. Well, not mechanically. They're very short that they have so very few floors, but they feel so long because every floor is involved. It's kind of curious. These floating eye things always creep me out.
It's quite tenacious. Enemy defeated.
Whoa!
Poor Kanji slipped.
Persona!
Yeah, no kidding.
Someone finish this one off!
I'll give as good as I got, damn it!
Enemy defeated. Keep up the good work, Kanji.
Quit life leeching me, you jerk.
It's quite tenacious. It's so stubborn.
Come on down!
Yeah, poor Kanji slipped and fell right on his butt. Now I have deer on hand. I guess I picked up something with it. I am definitely gonna have some, give you that. Yeah, some selling to do. I'm gonna have a lot to sell. The Book of the Void is really good, but there's not actually many things that are using status effects here. Kuro Kamima? That'd be good for Teddy if we didn't have the orb. But I know I can feasibly weather what's coming up, and Teddy cannot, and will just get us in all sorts of trouble, so he gets to keep it.
Let's go!
Watch it. That one's immune to electricity.
Here goes! Come on!
So I find it weird that Teddy's ultimate is just Kamui. Also, I forgot Odin was naked. So yeah, since Rise's enemy detection has a specific range, I keep pausing to check where she's detecting enemies so I can try and roughly figure out my path around here.
Someone finish this one off!
Good job, Kanji. I almost called him Teddy.
2 enemies down.
I mean, I would expect that more of Zeus than Odin, if you want me to be honest.
Enemy defeated. Don't stop now, Megami.
I don't actually know if Zeus is in this game.
Aren't I?
I know Thor is. I don't know if Zeus is. I don't think I've ever actually seen Zeus. Depth perception. Oh, come on. I was facing it. Oh god, Revenge of the Lions.
That one's immune to darkness.
These lions are very gold, I notice.
Enemy down.
This is my chance! How about it? Here I go!
Enemy down. That's the spirit, Teddy.
I thought so.
Nice moves.
It's one of those strange things. Wasn't there another... Wasn't there like another character we were really shocked to find had never actually been in any real games? Well, I say real. Most of the SMT games are actually quite good, if brutally hard.
All yours!
Careful. It's immune to electricity.
It's quite tenacious!
I don't remember who it was,
Nice.
unfortunately.
Hey, not bad at all. Yeah. You're too weak to fight
I do
me.
remember we were surprised that Gilgamesh had actually never shown up in any game besides Devil Children, but that wasn't the one we were shocked about. That was it, yes! Merlin, King Arthur, any of the Knights of the Round Table, there's not a single one of them actually in the SMT game. And we found that utterly bizarre. Especially because King Arthur's myth is so famous. There's a king in there.
Darkness won't
God, Teddy's boosts are just making him so utterly terrifying with these spells. Yeah, exactly. Like, everyone knows my feelings on Cahulin, but it's so bizarre because I would honestly count Cahulin's myth and the Beowulf myth as significantly less popular than King Arthur. Especially the Beowulf myth. I actually never heard of it until that one movie came out.
Someone finish this one off!
And I mean, it might just because I'm English and not Japanese. Maybe they're more popular than King Arthur in Japan? I don't know, but it's a very strange thing either way. I'm an English... Okay. I'm an English-speaking person wide enough that you would lose me in a snowstorm, is my point. Technically, I'm American. Though there are a lot of times I really wish I wasn't.
That one's immune to darkness.
Here goes! Come on!
Don't push it, Teddy!
Go get him, Teddy!
I would like another moon shuffle time. I'm just really not worth risking what I've already got. Honestly. Squeak, 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 squeak. What's with these windows, too? These little arch things here are kind of creeping me out, especially with the weird braided looking floor. What is with that? What's going on with that? I'm not taunting it, I'm just confused by it. It's nice, I just kind of want to know what in the world's going on. One more floor to clear. More of these things.
All yours.
Darkness won't work.
It's quite...
Here goes! Come on!
Teddy's gonna wipe this party again with his ice.
We left!
Or he'll just kill that one outright. That works too. Okay, I think we're waiting on Naoto to level again, or Kanji. Someone I think is to level 81. Oh, no, we're all good. This is a long hallway. Oh boy, dice again.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work. Enemy
And she outright murdered him! Okay.
Lay down and die already! Persona!
you. Saparna. Interesting. Ah! What do we got? Huh, that actually helps me. Let's go up first. I think up. Let's check. Okay, I was gonna say, I think up will be the one that'll dead end, but I want to check, make sure this wasn't a room first. It was a good thing I did.
I couldn't defeat it. Darkness won't work.
Hey, not bad at
I
all.
wonder why he's doing the individual buffoos. Does he detect that,
Yo, let me at him.
does he detect the dice would block it or something?
You pray.
Kanji defeated 2 enemies.
Have at it.
That was actually something interesting in Persona 3 is that if you actually scan the shadow, even if you yourself could not see it, the AI would cheat and be able to see their weaknesses. So that was one way the crappy AI would actually work for you. Something good, something good, something good. That was pathetic. Repels all elements. Interesting. Not surprising, but interesting.
All yours. Someone finish this one off.
Wonder if this is kind of scanning weaknesses as well, here and there.
It's not working.
Yeah, 2 left.
Oh, Teddy.
Soda.
It's quite tenacious.
Good job, Teddy.
Down.
Let's do it again, Teddy.
Come on down.
Is this gonna block all magic?
It ain't working.
Yep, I think so. Plan B.
1 enemy to go. Keep it up.
Hello.
God, I love Halal so much.
Yes, we won. Congrats, guys.
So much.
All right, powered up.
It is probably my second favorite Persona in the entire series. Yes, it did! Yes, it did! Gas mask. That's interesting. Does exactly what I think it does, which is pretty pathetic, though finding it in her dungeon is appropriate, I suppose.
No, that's not good. Darkness won't
Soda.
work.
I couldn't defeat it.
I think that one's gonna absorb all magic as well. If Teddy using individual Bufu Dimes is any indication. Or Teddy could do that.
Come on down.
Enemy defeated. Keep up the good work, Kanji. Enemy defeated. Keep up the good work, Kanji.
Okay, I think that's what I said about the AI being really good. It's mostly good, but what the heck? No, so you could have killed it with a single shot,
Has risen.
and you instead used a Megadolan? Why? My only thought is that if those things had high counter and she maybe scanned and saw it would counter if she attacked normally? I don't know. All I know that her decision there was very odd. Ah, depth perception. Oh, this is a problem.
Hey, the enemy's weak to fire.
That was horrible, Risei.
I couldn't defeat it.
Hello!
2 enemies down.
All right, keep going!
Dang it. I was hoping that would make them dizzy.
Go for broke, Teddy. Whoa, Kanji, that was great.
Yeah!
I love that he just throws the thing at their face.
Too cocky!
Throws it at their face, kicks them, and just punches them right in the nose.
I couldn't defeat it.
Persona!
There's a reason I love Hillel.
I thank you.
Come on down! Lay down and die already!
Oh, Naoto. That was through innervation. Good God.
That was beneath me. Someone finish
Now
this
it's
one
okay,
off.
sir. Pretty bad.
Wow, that thing's got some defenses if that only did 26. So one thing I did learn is if you actually linger a bit when they have,
I'm sorry, but I'd like to rest a bit.
if you actually linger when they have low health, they will talk like that. They don't do it for SP, but apparently it was initially planned for them to, say something if, they had low SP. It does take it a second to kick in so that you have time to open the menu without hearing them remind you of it, which I actually find kind of nice because it's a good reminder if you walk out without thinking. But if you're already going into the menu to heal them, then you won't ever heal it. Oh, I gotta see this. Eh.
Yes, we won! Congrats, guys!
Probably because its defenses are so high, even weak to Almighty doesn't really do much, but it did one-shot it, so. So what's our record for Hell's damage at this point? 1,600? Yeah, that makes sense. It's actually not even just Almighty. There are some enemies that take extra damage from certain skills,
Quite tenacious.
but do not have the weak flag because of the fact that,
Persona!
so that it won't knock them down or anything. It's kind of curious. I wish there was a way that the game would actually show you that.
Enemy defeated. You're off to a good start.
So stubborn!
Persona! Lay down and die already!
Also, these weird golem things are actually pretty cool.
Enemy defeated. Don't stop now, Natsuko-kun.
I wonder what Hellel's other animation is. Because I've only ever seen him do the fingers to forehead one. But he should have another animation. I think that's only for buff skills, though. No, it actually should trigger differently depending on what type of skill he's using, but it actually doesn't. Oh well, it's not really that big a deal. So welcome to the final stretch. I'm actually going to go back and sell, get rid of everything we got, and try to get as much money as possible. I'm going to briefly bring the stream down for this, but that's mostly because we're going to be finishing the game once we come back, and that means everything. The final battle, all the final cutscenes, the true ending, the credits, everything. And that's gonna be really long. So, since this video is already pushing on... The stream's already pushing on hour 50, I'm just gonna quickly break it here. So get a snack, get some water, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do, because when we come back, we are going to be committing to this game to see it to the end.